Hey there everyone, Joe here. I'm Montiale on YouTube. I'm one of Tranny Star subscribers, and I'm actually also on a channel called Gender Crew Chat if you don't know who I am. I've been a long time subscriber of Tranny Star, and this is a tribute to a former member, a contributor who died on the weekend. Her name was Krista, and a lot of people on Tranny Star are making videos this week to memorialize her, and I thought I would add mine to the list because she was a very, very, very poignant person on that channel, and I really miss her, and I cannot believe she's gone. So for those of you who don't know, Krista was like this full of life, in your face, crazy, athletic, like workaholic, really, really big bites out of life coming out of that woman, I'm telling you. She also suffered from crippling suicidal depression, and was very, very candid about it. And I just kind of wanted to throw my hat in the ring and maybe let her family and friends know what her candidness and honesty about that aspect of her life meant to me, because I often think that my greatest failing as a human being, my worst characteristic, is my intolerance and inability to understand other people's mental illness or depression. I have had a lot of people in my life who have been depressed, and I have not been very kind to them, and I've not been very understanding. And I'm 38 years old, and it's probably taken me this long to get to the point where I finally get it. I get that it's not a personal thing against me. It's not a bad mood that they can't shake because they're not trying hard enough. This is like nothing any of us could ever possibly understand. Maybe some of us, but I know I never could understand that. And what Krista did for me personally was just introduce me. She was just so candid in her personal channel about her feelings and about her depression. And on her most recent entry, she said something like she'd been put on a new med, and her doctors had said to her, you know, it's not a matter of if this happens again, it's when it happens again, like when she became suicidally depressed. And she knew she had to live with this condition her whole life, and she was struggling to find meds or combinations of meds that would work. And, you know, for someone, if you have a chronic condition, I don't know, I have like acid reflux, or if you have psoriasis or something, a chronic condition is something you just learn to live with. And Krista appeared to live with depression the best she could. She really, the highs were so high in her life. You knew from her videos that there's some of her mountain biking down a cliff, and she had crazy videos. Like, her videos were crazy. They just really showed this vibrant, vivacious woman enjoying life. And then, you know, every so often you'd get a series of videos where she was just really struggling, and you got the sensation that this person was so for real and really letting you see all aspects of herself. And that level of candidness is, I can't even say what it means to me. So just to her friends and family, and to the Tranny Stars who allowed her on the channel and you know, gave me the gift of getting to know her through it, you know, I'm so eternally grateful, because she really was she had such an impact on my life. And you know, here, I don't know if her family's watching these videos, but you know, who am I? Some girl in Canada, and you know, just how people connect to each other is a phenomenally amazing thing. The way I got into the internet in the early 90s, weirdly enough, mid-90s, when did the internet come around? Maybe 97, 98, was I had joined an online group for Al-Anon, people who were living with alcoholics, active alcoholics at the time. And I was trying to leave an abusive boyfriend, and I made an online friend who, I couldn't have left him without her. I couldn't have done it. And I've never met her in real life. You know, we didn't have YouTube back then. This was just chatting back and forth on what was called ICQ, just internet messaging. And I remember this woman being there for me when no one in my real life was. So you really don't, you know, internet is a powerful, powerful thing. And the way people can impact each other's lives is an amazing thing. I just wanted to add, I had a suicide in my family in 1999, and you know, the tragedy that surrounds it is unimaginable. But frequently what you get is family members or friends feeling very guilty. There's usually two reactions. One is feeling very guilty that you should have done something differently. You should have called her. You could have been there for her. And another one would be feeling very angry that she did a selfish thing. And I just wanted to touch quickly on those two things because I think that both of those philosophies are so off the mark. Something that really impacted my life and everybody else's, I suppose, was September 11th, 2001. But specifically for me were those jumpers, the people who were on the 100th floor that, you know, were surrounded by flames and had no real choice except to jump off a high rise, right? Jump off a skyscraper. And I think about those people all the time because they were normal people who went to work that morning. And if you'd have said an hour before, you know, in an hour's time you're going to be jumping off the 100th floor of a skyscraper, they would have thought you were nuts. However, when you are these are your options: flames and fire behind you, and you know the ground 100 meters below you or 1,000 meters below you. You have two horrible options, and you pick one. And to be in a state of mind where the only thing to do is death, you know, that's a very black place that none of us will ever understand. And I have nothing but compassion for anyone who is in a position and feels that that's their only choice. So, you know, we don't understand and we can't judge, right? We can't, it seems like peace is at the end of the tunnel, right? So, the other one is that it's just, you know, none of us are to blame. You know, it's not, the way it goes with suicide is, you know, none of us can possibly understand that black place. And my heart goes right out to anyone who lives through this and who, you know, has to survive and kind of pick up the pieces. And it's horribly sad. And we all miss her. I miss her. And I don't even know her in real life, but I miss her. I'm very much going to miss her presence in the YouTube world and in my life. And I want to thank the Trainee Stars for having brought Krista into my world, and thank her family for having brought Krista into my world, because she was really an important person and a kind and real person who really made an impact on so many lives. And I just really wanted to add my name and my voice to the tributes that are pouring in, because you know, I think it's important that everyone know how loved she was. She really was. Bye-bye.